Hey folks, my name is Pravus. Welcome to more Endless Legend 2. We are playing as the Tahuks, about to turn 80, and we are currently at war with the Dastardly Necrophages, one of my favorite factions from Endless Legend 1, and a very, very scary foe to fight against. Hopefully we are going to be okay, but he's sent quite a lot at me so far. If I can start systematically picking him apart, we'll find ourselves in a better spot. So let's go ahead and end the turn, and we're going to see exactly how this is going to work out for us. Where are you going? How are you getting it together? Okay, so he's actually retreating with some of his units. That's great. If you want to get deeper into my territory so that I can murder you, perfect. And we just specialized a lot of our units as well. So I'm going to be able... Oh, there's some more over here. I'm going to be able to do a lot of extra damage against him, and I'll have much better survivability. Oh, wow. Okay, hang on. Actually, I was about to attack him. Now I'm realizing he's got way more reinforcements than I thought he did. This is going to turn into a really unpleasant stalemate very quickly, isn't it? I think it might. But my reinforcements overall are a little stronger than his. Let's see if we can't force him to pull back. He does. So now he's backed into a corner over here, and I can try to wipe out this army, which I will move over here to do. Just trying to prevent him from leaving right now. This is very good for me. Ah, by the way, if you were wondering why we are getting these weird Stellars and Doom Fiends, or whatever they're called, turns out there's a rift over here. I don't know where this rift came from, because I don't think that I did it. Did I? Pretty sure I did not. So, that's why they're spawning. I don't have the technology to close that yet. Oh, and there's another rift. Okay, this whole area just sucks, basically. By the way, I am wrong about my ability to activate clacks. Turns out you need to have 30 of the resources in order to enact. But again, it lasts for 15 turns, so once we have that, as long as we're producing 2 per turn, it becomes a perpetual thing, which is nice. Okay, I think these guys are now going to try to make a play toward my capital. They've got like 4 swarms running up over here, which puts me in an awkward spot for sure. Because, like, they could choose to push south suddenly, they could push toward my capital, they could push up toward an outpost in the north. There's a lot of things that they can do to get around me, and I'm not in the best position to try to re-maneuver my units. We do at least have some roads getting built between my cities, which is going to speed a few things up. Is that a third rift? Oh, for God's sake. Why? We just also got a world quest called Infernal Halls. It's probably got something to do with all those rifts, doesn't it? Yes, they have found a hall with gigantic machines that seem to be without end. The machinery was sleeping rather than dead. Have at least 150 science on your city for 50 turns. Not an issue. Actually, that's pretty cool. So if we do that, we'll get a 50% reduction to the geology cost. Which I already have that text, so that doesn't seem useful to me. Okay, well, we'll finish it anyway, but it's a total waste of my time. Thanks for that. Wish I had some better ways to split off these forces. That would be nice. Wait a minute, this guy's running off over here. Hang on, they're attacking me over here. Okay, so this guy is split off. We have to deal with this first. If I can not draw in this army, we can run them down before they raise my stuff. Make sure you look at this, by the way, and choose the correct reinforcements. Like, I don't want just these 2 Harper units. That wouldn't make sense. If I bring these guys in... okay, maybe... If I bring them in, there's a good chance they die. If I do this, I've got a lot of extra strength and fully fledged units to work with. I think we have to do this. So chasing them down is now going to be a lot harder. And if we do this, all I lose are my 2... I think those are... Oh, those are my Vigil Keepers. I invested a lot of titanium in them. I really don't want to lose them. Let's try to do this manually and see if this will work. But before you click manual battle, this is your chance to go ahead and rearrange units, just FYI. And actually, oh gosh, I'm realizing this map is really awkward because we're fighting around the city. So I can't enter any of these tiles. Yeah, this is a really awkward position to fight in. We're going to have a lot of really close spaces. If he doesn't have a lot of range units, though, we probably have a pretty big advantage because we have a nice choke point to use. So he moves first and starts attacking some of my range units and so on. Not surprising. We've got a lot of shields, though, so I'm okay at the moment. If we can just figure out how we're going to kill their hero, that would be worth a lot to me. But I am legitimately trapped and can't go anywhere until I clear out some of these other units. Well, the good news is my range units are really efficient against flying units, which is what his hero is. So if he sends necro drones or heroes after me, we can do a lot of extra damage there. But there's seriously not a whole lot I can do. Oh my gosh! Okay, whatever that unceasing hunger ability was, it just obliterated that unit. I think it was a 2-step process building it up and then using it. Wow, that was unpleasant. But we can finish off his main hero there, so that's at least done. Which frees me up to start hitting all of his backline units. Good. So he is applying unceasing hunger to me again. Where can I see this modifier? Because I need to know what this does. Is it because we're hunted? Is that it? We lose 5 defense per attack received? Maybe. Okay, so we've broken through their front line. They're starting to get in here and do more damage to these units. I'd really rather not lose them. He's definitely inflicting a lot of pain on me right now, I'm not going to lie. We're going to need a lot of regen later for sure. But that should clear him out. So we lost 1 unit and effectively 10 titanium. Wiped out 10 of his. Also got 1,000 dust. Nice. And the ability to have another haven with more companions. I need to start replacing some of my weaker units with some of these big guys. I want a Wrathbearer. I want to see what it can do. We have our extra Protectorate slot, so that's an option for me now. What else would make sense here? I mean, we really do probably want to have more science and just continue building upon our advantage, but I'm also kind of losing a lot on some productivity. More would be nice. I think we'll just go ahead and grab our Boreal Insights. This makes all of my works districts a little bit better with more industry. Plus, we'll be able to get the Lumberyard improvements, which, cool, all foundations that have industry on them, right? So just the bare tile, no improvement at all, will get double the value, which is nice. I suppose we could also try working on, like, getting some extra district fortification, but so far I haven't really felt, well, I take it back, that threatened by siege. Now I feel threatened by siege, though. And since it's a monsoon, I can't use my towers to smite them. Ah, that sucks. Let's go ahead and get the Noquensi assimilated into my faction. That is going to be so much extra influence. Right now we're at 167. Now it jumps up to 210. So that was almost a 50 influence swing with one decision. That'll pay for itself extremely quickly. And with all the extra influence, I mean, we could just set down city foundations, like, pretty much everywhere. Because that's all just free stuff, right? Free real estate. Of course, that also does make it a little bit more complicated to defend a city, since there are many different places where someone can attack you. So not always the most advantageous thing, but I don't know, we'll see. Oh, hello. We met another faction, finally. Okay. Wasn't expecting to find the aspects. I wonder where you could be. We could set up a few treaties with these guys. They tend to be a very diplomatic-focused civ, to the point where they actually can force you to accept various different diplomatic actions, even if you don't like it. You try to declare war on them and they have a ton of influence? Nope, you're not at war anymore. It's like, too bad. I would like to offer maybe a cartography exchange. Yeah? Let's send what we know about the map, which apparently is a lot. Oh my. Hello. Okay, you found everybody else. So we now know all the other factions. There's another necrophage faction? Ah, okay. So the good news is, it looks like we're kind of in our own little area. If I can find a way to vanquish the necrophages over here, that's pretty much unlimited expansion opportunity for me to the west, and then we should be able to keep things pretty well bottlenecked over here to the east. What is this thing? An Ironskin Panopticon, a natural wonder? The first empire that claims it gets 100 science, and then occasionally just gives you extra curiosity boosts. Wow, that's a good wonder. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to get in here and take it, but I'm pretty sure we'd have to deal with the rifts, and also the fortress. So no one's taking that anytime soon. All right, well, this is gonna get interesting. Just wiped out another huge chunk of his army. I think at this point we just go ahead and get back to the siege mode. He's gotta have lost a lot. I've killed at least like 20 summit units, and I've lost barely anything because we've just been taking really good fights. The necrophage tend to have really weak units at the start. It's kind of only as they continue devouring and getting stronger and stronger, that's when they bring out the necrodrones, and that's when you're gonna be in a lot of danger. Right now, though, I might be able to just go ahead and take this outpost, push him out, and then I don't know if we can take the capital, but we should be at least able to do a lot against him. I have to get up here, though. That's my problem. How the heck am I supposed to get all the way up around here to continue with my main objective? Oh, he wants a white piece. Now, frick off. I'm destroying this outpost so you can't have any tunnels anymore. No more tunnels. I'm gonna try using things like Eternal Sunshine over here. I haven't been making use of my abilities here, and that feels kind of weird. I mean, we could create some call to population. I guess I've charged this and never used Star's Light. Maybe we should have. But I'm curious what this Eternal Sunshine is going to do. 100% production for all population vocations, and, oh, okay, dust on tiles with glass, which I assume is the terrain type from if we had done the geodissection. Huh. Okay, well, I'm going to try this. The 3 extra called populations could become a problem for me, maybe, but let's give it a go. Tidefall has occurred. The waters recede once more. All right, so let's see what the damage is. It did not recede enough to really open up a lot of new ground that I already had. We can see a lot more of this region, though. which now means that it has a subterranean shrine. Does this mean I'm not able to claim this land like a fortress? I'm not sure. We'll have to find out later. We also found some more bat people. Hey, hi bats. Got some new luxuries that we're going to start producing over here. So we're about to get some hydromiel, which does what? This is going to take a bunch, again, 30, 15 turns. We'll be able to have this infinitely. 20 dust on a city. Okay, so once we build up enough of a stockpile, just straight out, this is going to be 20 extra dust per turn. It's not amazing, but it's not bad. Oh, and we can now activate the clacks. Perfect, let's do it. No, it is on all cities. Is it really on all cities? 15 here. Okay, what about my capital city? 15 here. Yeah, the clacks works on all of them. Oh. Okay, but here's the trade-off. I remember how this works now from Endless Legend 1. The way it works is the cost to use a booster goes up for the number of cities you have. I think it's 10 for every city. So if I get a 4th city right now, this will cost 40 per use instead of 30, hence I'm not going to be able to keep up with it for the moment, unless I take this territory where there's 2 more clacks, and then I could have, like, what, 4 or 5 cities and keep this up forever. That's a really powerful boost, though. That's a lot of extra approval. I mean, by being happy, I'm getting, let's say, an extra 7 food there. I'm getting another 13 industry, another, well, nothing in terms of dust and science and stuff, but you get the point. It's good for all of your cities. We like that. Oh, hold on. What is this? Something just happened. At the heart of the Empire, 3 very different characters petition for 3 very different responses to the awakening of Sayada's Lost. Sayada's seas are falling. The world's long-entrapped god will soon return to wakefulness. Hold on. What? So, the demos and early access that I had for Endless Legend 2 before stopped before you got to this point. So I have no idea what this means from a story perspective. It's the day of reckoning, with night falling over our capital. An odd company of Gorogs make their way to the city, carrying 2 very different figures on makeshift stretchers. Found them unconscious beside a small camp while searching the deepest recesses for a fabled Gorog stronghold. Later they awaken and welcome back to the land of the living. Oh, I've actually been seeing a few like little side quest events with these guys. I wonder if that's guaranteed every time you play or if it's random or what. Listen, Sayada is awakening, the ancient god that the endless trapped never perished. Within the year it will rise, hail and vengeful, which is why we must worship it with all our hearts and basically beg not to be destroyed. Or no, it won't accept that blind subservience. Follow my ancestors' lead, impress the god with great feats. And then here's a 3rd character saying that we should actually meet the awakening god with shackles, not veneration, and subdue it. So we have to decide if we're going to worship Sayada, if we're going to impress Sayada, or if we're going to shackle Sayada. Oh my. Huh. Okay. So we can possess 80 pops of 1 different type. So wait, different as in of my own species, I assume is still allowed, and if so, we want to have a lot of food. We can build 15 monuments if we have a lot of industry, or research 6 technologies from the final era. We're a scientific civ, so I'm kind of wondering if that would make sense for us. Wait, do we have to do all of them? We do! We have to do all of these. Food, industry, and science in order to worship it. Or we could impress it with wealth and with stature. Hoard 20 strategic resources of 6 different types. 6 types? And then be super diplomatic. I don't see that happening. Or control 25 territories and hold on to them. Clear 20 fortresses. Dude! All right, so super military, super money, and diplomatic. But I think, based on what we've done so far, the worship path actually is the most sensible. This is weird. We're gonna have to do it, though. Let's try worshiping the planet, or whatever god is trapped within the planet. I'm not happy that I have to do that, it's just, apparently I have to do that. Legitimately cool, though. Well, now that we've breached the walls here, we could try to move in and start occupying pieces of the city. So let's say that I want to occupy this. Continue mission. I guess I don't actually have any defenders currently, technically, right? Can I just take this, like, 1 tile? I don't totally understand how this works yet, but I think with extra armies, I can literally start chipping away at some of the territories he holds. Which might mean that when we launch the final assault here, we will be able to start within the city and they'll have less militia, or at least they won't have as good of a defensive position. I don't know. We're going to find out. By the way, some of these new anomalies down here are really good. Calconium, an anomaly worth 15 science. Wow. We've also got some crystal cap, which I assume is going to be another luxury resource. Yes, it is. Down over here, blood flowers, 15 approval and 10 influence. Wow. Okay, there's a lot of good stuff down over here. Another luxury here, dragon root, dust magma, 20 more dust in that one tile. Wow. Yeah, the deeper the water gets, apparently the better everything becomes. Which makes sense. Pretty cool. Also important to note, we do have new strategic resources, so there's some Hyperium down this direction, for example. So we'll need Hyperium for the same kind of reasons that we want to have things like titanium and glass steel. The other one is Lazulin, which I don't know that I have seen on the map up to this point. So I have no idea where we're going to find a deposit of that. By the way, did I actually enact the Eternal Sunshine? I don't think I did. Let's do that here now. So that gives me the extra pops, as well as apparently a special event, again with this whole Moria Kupas person. Yeah, it seems like there's just 3 main characters that are going to be reoccurring here. I'll bet you that Moria, that Jubilite weird rock person, and Cerebus are going to be reoccurring characters for every campaign. Not positive on that, just a speculation. So what happens now? Okay, actually I did not just take a single tile, I just straight out occupied this thing. Huh. Interesting. So I guess, okay, maybe I don't understand how the city sieges work, and I apologize for misleading some people, but we're learning as we go. So I sort of assumed that if we had breaches, then it would just make it easier for us to eventually fight our war here. But it looks like if you have breaches, what you can do is begin the occupation process, and I guess the less or the more breaches there are, the faster it goes? Maybe? We never had to assault the militia at all. We just won by attrition. Well, either way, this outpost is mine now. I don't even have anything I want to do with it. It's just mine. Yeah, things I have to learn there. That might not be working as intended, or maybe it is. So we're here at the Necrophage capital. So I could try to attack this. Again, it will take a little bit of time for some breaches. Maybe the only reason we were able to take that is because there wasn't technically a defending army or something? I don't know. Regardless, let's go ahead and begin here. So in 2 turns, we'll have a breach, so that we will be able to either occupy or maybe just assault the city outright. And I want to send some additional reinforcements up here just to make sure that no matter what, we can handle whatever they throw at me. Because at some point, they've got to get desperate, right? I mean, I don't technically need to do this. I'm not sure there's any advantage to doing it. Maybe it would be better to declare peace than just go finish up my main objective over here. I don't know. Let's just see how this works. Wait. Oh, okay. So the other Necrophage faction just got murdered. Okay, so they are officially gone. The Kin of Sheridan finished some of them off. So that's one less Necrophage threat. So if I can finish off the last one, I'm doing the world a huge favor. We still need 2 more technologies to move on into Tier 4. The Spire of Industry might be tempting, because then I could also get like a lot of industry in a city, and the Corkscrew Drill for more resource production. So that could be good. Traders' Trails could be a lot more efficient, so we move even faster on roads. I still haven't got the science improvement, and I haven't got the specialization improvement. I want all of these. Also, I kind of feel like I need to be able to close rifts if we want to move toward that center of the map and pick up the Natural Wonder, which seemed really, really strong. Let's go for Collective Sacrifice. Once we're done with the Necrophages and we have moved on with our main objective, I do want to head east. Clear out some of the stuff over here, grab these fortresses, get rid of the rifts, which, no, they're still here, and then grab this, because it seems so cool to own the Iron Skin Panopticon. Of course, the Necrophage is like, please, we need to end this war! Since I am, apparently, dominating them, surprising absolutely no one. I'm not going to do that for now. Seems like I don't have to. So this is what I'm talking about. Now that we have got a breach, it looks like I can attack and decide if I want to occupy the territory and all of its districts. So that's the city right there. Or we could plunder it, or we could have just razed it to the ground, but I would rather occupy it, I think. So, like, if I begin this process now, does this mean in 4 turns I just take his city? I assume he's going to have to attack me, but I've got plenty of defenses nearby, so I'm not even feeling worried about it. And if that's the case, then why would I ever want to assault? I guess just for speed? Take it fast? But then you have to fight the militia. Seems like it would be a lot better just to go ahead and do a long siege, as long as they have no units left. Which makes sense in my head. That's generally how warfare works. All right, one more tech for us. What do we think we want? Probably the science, honestly. I feel like if we have lots of science, then going back and doing old techs is not nearly as painful. So you've only got one turn left, guys. Are you going to try to stop me, or do I just snatch your capital straight out from under you? The answer is I just snatch your capital right out from under you, so you just died. Huh. That was deceptively easy. Okay. Goodbye, necrophages. This is all gonna be mine now. So let's go to our ancient cave of wonders and find out what the heck is going on over there. And also, I mean, I might as well turn this into a city and then just start snagging a lot more territory. Ugh, but this territory is terrible. It's all devoured land. The necrophages literally destroyed all of the land in this territory. I guess I'm not surprised, but ew. I'm also not exactly impressed with your city development. This feels like a pretty pitiful city compared to what I've done. You haven't even attached any territory to it. None. So that whole game, the necrophages literally took 3 territories? One here, their capital, and then one up here? That doesn't make a lot of sense. All right, continuing with the main objective. We have arrived. Imagine my astonishment to hear you called for me. Such a thrilling day. You're bitter about losing a relic. Uh-huh. So we seem to have recovered a gift, some sort of a relic, which is great. Why is this? Also, we just got the same text twice. I feel like this is supposed to be deleted. Ignore this! So we win the Hood of Inscriptions as a new accessory. 3 resilience is nice. Comes with Divine Intuition, which adds extra intuition for every level to the hero. Oh my gosh. So this is actually worth like 3 resilience and 6 intuition on a hero. Whoa. So the Tahuks are extremely happy we discovered this artifact, but we're not totally sure that this is the solution or any sort of savior we were looking for. It seems like there are demands to cleanse the planet, and then other heretics can no longer be ignored. The Called are out of control. How dare they claim the sages will never come to Sayada again? They are blasphemers. We must not let them continue spreading lies. Burn them in sacrifice? Huh. All right. Well, the next step is simply to equip the Hood of Inscriptions on somebody, which I've got no objection to. That's fine. We're going to lose all the other things from the dust-infused leech, but I'd say well worth. Also, wait, we've had a better weapon this whole time? Oh, shoot. Should have done that. Okay, boom. And now the relic is officially in action. Now we have to win 2 battles with the hero who is wielding it. Well, that seems totally fine with me. I don't even care if I have to use it against the minor factions. That's fine too. But I'm not in an immediate rush. Let's instead start pushing down in this direction, because there's a lot of territory I want to claim for some strategics. Wow, is it just me, or the necrophage-like citizens really good? No matter where you place them, they're solid. You can get extra food, extra industry, or extra influence depending on what job they're in. As opposed to my Tahuks, let's just get 1 science and that's it. I mean, that's not totally true. At some point you can have the astronomy club, but even so. Holy crap, is this correct, by the way? If I build a wood ash pit, I get 100% food on foundation. It says that's worth 3,000 food. I'm not totally sure I believe it, but even so, we'll give it a go. So anyway, if the called populations are proving to be a problem, then maybe something we should do is disperse them. That was an option for us though, right? Esoteric delegation, send the called population to the other factions. I will get vision on them. That makes sense. Yeah, I think we're gonna be okay here. We're gonna go ahead and send a missionary to each one of their cities. We'll find out what the heck's going on over there. And in the meantime, I've got this huge pocket of the world where I can just expand as much as I want. I think we need to have like 5 or 6 cities, easily. But for now, I think we have to end things along here, so thank you all for watching. So far, this has been proving to be a little bit easier than I was expecting it to be. We can always increase the difficulty later on. I just want to find out how the story is going to work, but we're learning a lot as we go. If you are enjoying this video, of course, I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I, as always, will see you guys next time.